Alrighty. So tonight's topic, I already put it in the chat, but let's start with how to hit Emerald in 24 hours. So if you are an Emerald, put in the chat how long it took you to get there and who were your first two people. I'll tell you about me first. So I believe it took me a couple weeks, maybe even, I think so. I think it took like a week or 2 weeks. My mom and my roommate were the first people to sign up because I remember my mentor now, Carolyn, that's not my original upline. So my original upline, she told me, she was like, you need to, hold on, I need to mute everyone. Sorry, guys. She's like, you need to go find two people who you know would literally buy like anything from you. Do you have anyone in your life who support you in this? And the first two people I thought of was who I was living with at the time was my best friend from high school and my mom. And they signed up. And they signed up back then, it was called discount coaches. You signed up as a coach, but you signed up as a coach just to get the discount, even if you didn't want to work the business. And so they both signed up as coaches and I hit Emerald. Start with your family, coworkers, roommates, spouse, best friend. I want to read the chat. I want to see what Kenzie said. And Brianna, yeah, Brianna was about 48 hours. Brianna hit Emerald in 48 hours, I believe. Less than 20. Taylor, oh my God, this is amazing. Kenzie hit Emerald in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. I had a few people sign up my first day. My mom is my number one, and then I had a few other friends. So take it from us. This can happen. This happens a lot, actually. Start with your family, like I said, or best friend, spouse, roommate, coworkers. Put it out there every day that you have something to offer, because I get it. Not everyone has that. I get it. Those are still the two closest people to me ever in these 6 years that ever bought from me and still ever have. So stop expecting that people just know that they can come to you. I think that's huge. I think we just want to show up on social media and just, we expect people to assume that they can join us. It's just not how it goes. They don't know enough if you're not sharing enough. That's huge. If you need to write that down somewhere, so these are reminders for you. They don't know enough if you're not sharing enough. Put it out there every day that you have something to offer. Why did I put that twice? I'm sorry. If you have not already, like, if you feel like, yeah, maybe I've connected with a few people, but I've never really made like a list of like my first long list of people, I highly recommend that you do this. You get out a piece of paper and you number 1 through 50. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you can split it up like 25 on Instagram and 25 on Facebook and do that, I can guarantee you're gonna get at least, like, this is the minimum, at least 5 people to respond to you and want information, because that's 50 people. That's a lot of people. And then you invite those 50 people. You connect with them, you invite them. Reach out to the people who are liking your posts and watching your stories. Here's a quick invite. Hey, I've been seeing you watching my journey and supporting me, means so dang much. Do you want info on what I do? ? It's that simple. Never overcomplicate this business. Don't overcomplicate Emerald either. And I actually put some things in my notes for this as well. I've literally had like people be like, I don't know if you could help me, but not even kidding you. About a month ago, I couldn't even believe it actually, but it was a reminder that I am not sharing, that I am sharing enough, but like it's never too much, is what I should say. This woman reached out to me on Facebook and was like, hey, I don't know if you can help me, but here's my situation. I was like thinking, of course. Like in my mind, I was thinking, oh my God, I feel like I post all the time. But this is the reality that I always try to tell you guys. You're not sharing too much. There's no such thing as like too much unless you're posting like 5 times a day in your freaking feed, right? Okay, Maria's coming in. And then I had someone say like, or the other day I had someone say, I don't know if you're still offering the business opportunity, but I want to join. And I haven't talked to this girl in like 3 years. I actually put it in the business chat. That's also still to say is that you're not annoying and you're not posting too much. If anything, you're posting too less. Hardly anyone watches and listens to every dang word and move that you make. People swipe their stories so fast because they want to catch what they want to hear, or they want to catch what they want to watch. So no, people are not listening to every word that you say. You probably do have some followers that do, of course, but the majority don't. So to be in this business for 3 months to a year and still not be at Emerald is actually not normal. So I want you to get crystal clear with yourself this week and be like, why the hell have I not helped my first 2 people yet? If Sarah can get to Emerald in a week at the lowest place in my life, I was so insecure I could barely even look at myself in the mirror. If I could sign up 2 people, if I had the courage to ask my mom, like, yes, I know that's my mom, but still I'm asking my mom, hey, I just started this business. Could you please sign up as a coach so I can hit the first rank? That still takes courage. And me, talking to my best friend about it. We didn't have like literally any money at the time. So, and actually how I was able to, sorry guys, not everyone's muted. Actually, how I was able to join, I had to have the courage to reach out to my mom and sister to help me pay for this. So it all takes courage no matter who you're reaching out to. But like I said, if you're not at Emerald and you've been in this business for pushing it is 3 months, pushing it. Get there, get crystal clear with yourself, reach out to your upline, be like, what else can I do? Could you give me feedback? Could you give me some ideas? Like, let's like really level up this week and find out why you're not there yet. Because there is a reason for it. There's a reason you're not there yet. All right, enough of that. It's very simple. There's really not much more to say about that because it is that simple. I am going to read through these honestly because I only have like one more slide after this, so we have plenty of time. 20 ideas for talking on your stories. First, I'm going to start with like more fitness-y. Every day your stories need to have value and something that someone can join. No one knows that they can join you unless you literally state it. I think we always think that in our minds, we always think people know they can join. Like, I don't have to say this every day. Like, no, they actually don't. There's so many girls that just post like their gym selfies, their workout moves, what they're doing in a day, but they don't have anything to offer, but we do. So share about it, talk about it. Talk about the program that you're doing. Like, is it really convenient for you? Are you doing a program that's only 20 minutes out of your day? Like, how is that convenient for you? Talk about that. Talk about it consistently, not just like once a week, like 2 times a week. People forget what you say. People aren't always listening to you every day, like I said in the beginning of this call. What is it doing for your energy? Like, not just like saying, I'm doing a program, I'm loving it. No, like, have you gained confidence? Or you're close fitting differently? Like, you in this business, you have new wins every single day. This is how people transform so quickly, is because of the business and because of how quickly these programs transform you. There's so many things to talk about. Every time you get more products, like do an unboxing, have fun with it, share about it, talk about it. You only get products like once a month. So every time you get products, share about it. Like when I get new Shakeology, I try to switch up my products every month. Just it's fun for me. And when I get new products at my door, I'm like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna talk about this in my story today. And I'm 6 years into this, but I still have that effort mindset. Share how the products help you so much. So like I feel like I need to maybe get a little more better about this. Just, the longer that you're in this, you have to be even more intentional because you've been in it for so long. I've been drinking Shakeology for 6 years. I've been drinking Energize for 6 years. But, when you drink Energize, like, what could you say about it that it helps you? Like, does it literally get you out of bed in the morning? I know when I was pregnant, that's what got me on my stories. Like, I had to drink Energize before I could even get on my stories and talk. Like, how does Shakeology help you? If I don't drink Shakeology, I feel it. Like, I feel lethargic. I don't have as much energy. I definitely feel it. And like, no wonder that's packed with the best superfood blends, all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs, prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, omega-3s. Like, it's insane. It's gold. There is nothing that compares to Shakeology, and I shout it to the rooftops. Okay. What else? The greens. Like if you take the greens, like talk about how it helps with bloating and your digestion. Talk like if you drink collagen, like start taking transformations of like your hair, like take a picture of your hair today and then in 30 to 40 days take another picture of your hair. Has your hair grown? Do you have roots? Are your nails growing insanely? Talk about these things and always link. I don't link like the full stack. I mean, you can if you want to, but I have more success like linking like sample products just because they're more affordable, like right there. But I know that Kenzie the other day, didn't you say on your story that you or somewhere that you had someone like I thought that was you. I don't know. That you had someone like buy a stack from you off your story? I don't know.
Yeah. She said that she was looking for a new pre and post workout. So she just clicked the link and went in and bought it. It's if you go, everybody knows how to do that, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Put in
Shake
the chat
your
if
head,
you don't
yes.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, you literally go in and go to like your coach tools, and it's like product links and info. Maria, okay, go in and it's like product links and info, and you literally just go in, type your coach or your partner ID into the little box where it like prompts you, and it'll let you, if there's a drop down, you select whatever, like if you're looking for Shakeology specifically, like they have everything categorized. So
Yes.
if you want like the supplements, whatever is down here. If you want a certain program, it's up here, whatever. You pick whatever you want, and then it gives you a link to copy with your ID on it. So when somebody clicks it and buys it, you get the commission from that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
I think it was like $5 or $7 or something, which isn't a lot, but hey,
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get. Like
Yeah, exactly. It's better than
$5
nothing. Yeah.
is $5.
Yes. Exactly. It's added onto your paycheck and all that.
Oh,
So yeah, make sure you're linking because also with the fact that people can sign up as an affiliate now, like you're really showing your affiliates also like how to link stuff on your stories too, because not only are your followers watching you, but your entire team is watching you. So I always kind of think that in the back of my mind too. They're taking inspo from you, etc. Talk about how to access the workouts and actually show it. I do this if not once a week, maybe like every other week, where I actually show me logging onto my laptop and choosing my workout, and I talk about like how awesome the platform is, and then I always put a poll like, do you want more info on this? Da 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 da. And I always, when I share about that, I always get people to vote on those polls. Share a win from the community and talk about it. Like, is there a few girls in the community that you could shout out and talk about? Because I feel like that's been really powerful in my journey is not only sharing my transformation, but sharing other women too. So they know that like, this thing you talk about all the time, you're not the only one doing it. There's other women doing it. And then always, like link your application there, like when you're talking about it. Do a get ready with me for my workout. I might add this in like possibly this week or next week. Like share like you getting ready, like doing your hair, or like making your pre-workout and then getting your shoes on and then going to your workout space. Like share that you're actually doing this at home and that you don't need like a huge space to get into the best shape of your life. Share a current win from your journey. Talk about the goals that you have with your journey. Talk about something you have overcome since joining. These are just random ideas, but these are things that you can totally talk about and always talk about. And it's not like you're going to talk about the same thing every time, because the longer you're on the journey, the more that you evolve, the more that's going to change your body, your mindset, the team, your team. But turn everything and turn it into, I'm sharing this because I want to show you what's possible when you join my team. Whenever I'm talking about like me, right? Like my journey, my goals, I always say I'm sharing this because I want to show you what's possible. Like that's why I'm showing up every day. It's not about me, it's about her. And that's why I share the damn journey. Don't be afraid to talk about ranking and money, even if you're not there yet. that honestly, okay, this is kind of going into business. We're going to go into the business talking, but let me just start here since I already started talking. Don't be afraid to talk about ranking of money, even if you're not there yet. That's truly selfish. Your next rock star could sign up tonight and surpass you. Never hold back any part of the business just because you're not where you want to be yet. I'll never forget, Kenzie. I'm going to say this again. Over a year ago, I remember Kenzie being on team call and we were talking about this a little bit. And I remember her being like, I'm just said something like, I have a fear around talking about money because I'm like not where I want to be yet. Like I feel like a fraud or I feel like da 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 da. And this is a perfect example, you know? Kenzie, I know you've come far with this. Can you like say something about it?
Well, basically, like, I don't know. I got to like the goal that I had in my like, if I'm making a couple $100 a month, like, I'm good. Like, that's where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't doing that. I didn't have a steady paycheck or anything, which it's still not like steady, but like I get something every week. So anyway, if I make a couple $100 by the end of the month, like that's like where I want to be. And like in thinking of that, like how much would that help the single mom who can't afford groceries?
Yeah.
Like that's where that like I don't know, like where my brain goes with it then, because it's like even like I mean, I'm not the single mom who can't afford groceries, but like we're a single income family for the most
Yeah.
part. And other than like the extra that I make, and it's nice to know like that does go somewhere. Like
Yeah.
that's like even though mm, we had a fight the other day about it because we didn't realize how much I've actually been bringing in, and it was like a good fight, like a
Oh, that's good.
fair flip fight, but um it like one of those things like it's nice to know like it's in there and it's helping and it's
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. And I think for sure, like if you're talking in depth of like paying, being able to pay for groceries, stuff
Yeah.
like that, then yeah, I get what you're saying. Like it's hard to like say like that'd be like me being like talking about like
No, I totally do put it in that kind of terms though.
yeah,
Like back in April, like I had got one of my highest paid checks and I talked about it on my story and I was like, I could afford more than two grocery trips, which like
yeah,
everybody's grocery bill is different. Like you don't know what I'm paying for groceries every week, but like
exactly.
that could like just that sentence could mean so much to somebody for them to be
Yeah.
like,
And it can mean
oh,
something else to everyone. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Exactly. And even just starting out, like even talk like when you say income, like you can literally just say income and that can mean so much to someone. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like even if you're just starting out in this business, don't be afraid to say that you can earn an income with this. Even just as simple as that. I think a lot of women are scared to touch on that subject, but don't be afraid to talk about money. And like Kenzie said, like obviously the disclaimer is really important. Make sure you're not saying like you can earn X amount of money. We're not even allowed to talk about that anymore. But I do have the do's and don'ts of talking about income in the Action Academy. If you scroll down a little bit, there's like a list of words that you can say and a list of words that you can't say.
We're
Oh
jumping
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So at Summit, they made a point to have one of our like executive lawyer guys or something come on stage during our like trainings to talk about specifically what you can and cannot say and like words that you should and shouldn't use because I guess like the I don't know the actual like legal name of them, but like the people that basically overrule like MLMs of all kind and like get to decipher what we can and can't do within the states. They've basically like cracked down a lot and they're like stalking Instagrams and like finding posts from like even years ago that say like you can 10x your life or whatever and like they're like delete it, cut it out. Like
Yeah.
so this I have some screenshots. I'll share them in the chat from Summit, like of that guy's what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So along with Sarah's do's and don'ts, I'll share this one just to keep in mind. Like, yeah,
Yeah. And
be
I
careful
don't
what you
think
say.
anyone is, I don't know. It's nothing to be like afraid about. I don't want that
No,
to
no,
like
no.
scare you guys, like to be like I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like don't allow it to scare you.
No.
I think it's
And
yeah.
basically, he said, as long as you put, if you are talking about making an income, like anything financially, as long as you put the body income disclaimer, you're fine.
Yeah. And
Like,
I think the biggest point is to not be like, I made $500 this week. You can become a
right.
six-figure earner. Like back in the day, we were always
That's a
talking
big
about
one.
six-figure
Yeah.
earner visions and how much we made that week. Like I used a few years ago, I put my income progression as a post, literally. Like we used to be able to do that. It's just not a thing anymore, unfortunately. But I totally get it, actually. I totally get it. But all right, guys. So more so like the business side, here's some ideas. If you really struggle with talking on your stories, please take a screenshot of this because you will forget what I talk about. But talk about how skeptical you were about this business, but like what changed. The majority of why people don't join is because they're so skeptical. Second would be like fear. Talk about how simple this business truly is and how you fit it into pockets of your busy day-to-day life. Me, Kinsey, and who else does this full time? Maybe two other girls on the team. That's it. So all the rest of you have either a part-time or a full-time job or multiple full-time jobs. So you need to talk about it so people can join you, because otherwise they just feel like they're never going to be able to do this because they feel like it's a huge add-on to their plate. Share a PD takeaway, but make it into your own story and invite, instead of just being like, so I wanted to read this thing for my PD, which is fine, but turn it into like something of your own voice, if that makes sense. And an invite to the business or the fitness community or your upcoming challenge group or the free Try Body Week. Don't just make it about the book. Make it about the journey, your business, and how they can join you. Talk about how crazy busy you are, but you still make time for this and why. Why do you make time for this? That's very important too. You could talk all day long about like how you make it work, but I think what's more inspiring is being like, why? Why are you doing this for your life? Why are you showing up every single day? Share something that resonated with you from Team Call with an invite. Always with an invite. Talk about Try Body Week and why it's a great idea to join in on this. Share about how this business and community is always there for you. That's huge. So many people struggle with accountability, and that's why like a lot of people never go to the gym. That's why a lot of people never stick to it. Um, it's an outlet, not a burden. This business is an outlet, not a burden. I can't express that enough. Talk about how much joy and friendship that has brought into your life, and always share that there is room for them. This got really small, and that you're always looking for hardworking women with big dreams who want more freedom and more out of life. Always talk about that. Always talk about, because every other woman on this earth is looking for more out of life. And I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee $1 million with that. These are 3 takeaways from my book this or 2 days ago that I cannot help but share because this goes into it. You know how I'm always like, we have so many ideas. I talked about that on my story today. I said, honestly, kind of sorry, but I don't know how you don't know what to talk about in your story, because as humans, it is science based that we have anywhere from 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And if you say that you don't know what to share, it's literally because you may feel like what you have to say, people aren't going to listen. They won't care. It's not worthy enough, or you have fear. You do know what to say. It's just those 4 things that you're struggling with. So, 2 people, listen how crazy this is. And it's so true. 2 people can see the same things, go through the same experiences, have the same conversations, yet one walks away with a flurry of great thoughts and the other without a single new idea. To increase your thinking capacity, you need to become an idea digger. That's how I think of myself. I'm always looking for ideas and trying to mine them. I think a lot of people on this team are like, how does Sarah like always have shit to say? I am an idea digger, and I'm going to get into that in a second. A lot of people come across an idea and recognize that it's a good idea, yet don't do anything with it. They don't follow through. That's a shame, because ideas are like muscles. You use them or you lose them. Mic drop. When you get a good idea, you need to think to yourself, how can I use it? So I want to encourage you in this business, the next time you have a thought, whether you're standing in the shower, or you're in your car driving, those are like, when I'm in my car driving, my mind never stops. I don't even know where I got from A to fucking B because my brain never stops. Or like when I'm in the shower, like I'm constantly thinking of stuff. I know people keep coming in and out, but it's true. You guys are literally smiling and laughing because you know that you do the same thing. So anytime you have an idea that can add value to others, you should take note of it and plan to give it more thought. Ask yourself, where can I maximize that idea? Whether it be in your PD or something someone said or something I said, someone on the team said, something you saw on Instagram. If it comes to your mind like, wow, that was so good, maximize it. How can you take it to the next level and talk about it on your story? Present it to the 50 to 300 people that are watching you daily, you know. If it will help your organization, apply it here. Also pay attention if the idea meets you where you are in your life journey, if it'll help you become better in one of your strengths, or if it'll help you to grow and get better. When you get those ideas, pay attention and put it down somewhere. And then he also said, find a place to keep your thoughts and capture your thinking. Do you know what people's number one time waster is? It's looking for things that are lost. That's why you need to get a system where you capture your ideas. And when it, like for me, what I was thinking is in the morning, I always have a place in my house where I sit and I'm in the zone. I'm ready to take on the day. I'm thinking about what's my intention for the day. Why am I showing up today? Why am I continuing to show up for half a decade now, over half a decade now, you know? Why am I sending out these invites? I'm not doing it for shits and giggles. I'm not doing it because my mentor said I should. I'm not doing it because it's on the fucking checklist. I'm doing it because I want a different life than most. And I want to help everyone else have a different life than most. And, you know, when we're all putting in that effort together, we're all winning together. So, lastly, that I want to talk about tonight is 5 tips on growing your following. So, number 1, start by adding mutual friends. You can start this now, and this is where the majority of the growth will happen. On Facebook too. 20 every day on Facebook has always been the hot spot for me. You'll always get people to add you back way quicker on Facebook. So I've talked to a lot of people on the team about it, and they agree. Don't know why it is, but whatever. I have to add way more on Instagram to grow though. It's whatever, still here for it. Number 2, all influencers are losing about 5 to 20 followers a day, but don't look at this as a bad thing. You're filtering out people. It's actually a good thing. When you lose followers, that means they're not your tribe anyways. Who cares, right? But also, no, growing takes everyday consistency, just like the daily vitals. So set timers every day, or if you can't do that because you don't do this full time, choose your downtime to expand. Only takes a minute. Maybe you're like waiting for something to cook in the microwave. You have a minute, right? So instead of scrolling or watching my stories or watching someone else on the team, go grow your following. This is your business. So take time for that. Or when you're on your pee break, or when you're in the bathroom, or when you're in line somewhere, if you're at an appointment and you're waiting, like those are the pockets of your day. Stop wasting those moments scrolling on social media and watching other people. Find people in different states on locations. This is where you can start expanding all around the US like I did and all successful body partners do. So if you notice, all the top partners in the company, they have people all around the world on their team. This is why. They expanded their network and they didn't stay in their warm market. Eventually, you have to get out of your warm market. That's very like your first year in this business. Obviously, you can get locals and stuff, but you also want to expand. It's so fucking cool. Like Maria, she's on this call. She's in Canada. I would have never met her if I would have never chose to do this. Like, take this serious. Take this just as serious as your invites, honestly. You're getting new eyes on you every day. You're getting more supporters. You're getting new people who are liking your stuff and supporting you and wanting to join you. It's so much fun to work with new energy and new people. So if you go to the location on Instagram, I used to just like type in a different state every day, like North Carolina, South Carolina, North Dakota, I don't know, Texas, Florida, California, and I would find posts that use that location and I would like add her. And then if she added me back, then I would add her friends. And so it's like a ripple effect. And like that's how my following is. Like I barely have I don't know. I have people from my hometown, but that's just because they chose to follow me. So number 4, I don't use hashtags anymore to grow my following, but you can try it. I just feel like it's a very saturated thing. And usually people who use hashtags are in business, but you can try it. When I was pregnant and postpartum, I did it and attracted a lot of moms that were also pregnant at the same exact time as me. And we're still friends today. And it's really cool, actually. Like I would always, like every week I would use a new hashtag, like 27 weeks pregnant, hashtag 28 weeks pregnant, hashtag 29 weeks pregnant. And then I would search that hashtag. I would find moms who were also in that week pregnant and I would add them. They would add me back. Then I would add their friends. And it's like this huge thing. Number 5, go to your favorite clothing brand, Instagrams, concerts, makeup, restaurants, local areas, beaches you would go to, vacation spots you love or are going to, and add people who are following those pages. And you're also getting interest by doing that way, by doing that. But that's it. That's it. And I also put some notes over here. Don't be too picky about this or think too much into this. Same goes with inviting. When you're like 1 to 3 years into this, you don't have time to be picky and to be judging because you're in the trenches of growth. So someone doesn't have to be 100% just like you to be your great friend and to do well on your team. I think a lot of people think like, I gotta find this like perfect person. Perfect doesn't exist. And stop judging like a book by its cover. A huge tip on this also, just make sure that they're not already partnered with a company. Like just take a second, I guess. You're trying to find women who need this, who need you, and who need a team. And lastly, I've had a couple reels go viral, but don't rely on viralness to grow. Going viral isn't what it's all cracked up to be, actually, and you'll get a bunch of spam, random accounts, etc. I'll never forget the first 2 times I went viral. I was like, holy crap, like this is insane. No, it was nothing but men, people from different countries, people with no profile pictures. It took me an hour to block people because I'm very strict on who follows me, even though I have a high following. I don't allow everyone to follow me for obvious reasons. Let me stop this. Wait for a minute.